Hello, guys. Happy Friday. It's Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. How's everyone doing today? Welcome. I am still trying to get my paper off of my backer here with my duct tape. So we are going to make the tiered tray today. I asked you guys yesterday which project you wanted me to make. We still have 2 more projects to make for the month of February. And when I say month of February, I mean for the February files in our clubhouse. So our SVG clubhouse is opening next week for new members, and this masking is really stuck on here. And so to show you guys what all we do in the club, I'm making all 4 of the February projects for you guys live this week. So we've made 2 of them. We're making 1 today, and then we're going to make 1 more on Monday. So this is the tiered tray. If I can ever get, I usually do not have a problem with this masking tape, getting this off of here. And there are just some little pieces that do not want to come off. My goodness, it is on there really good. Let me try 1 more piece. Okay, so if you're watching today, hanging with me, tell me where you're watching from and what's going on. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Bonnie. How are y'all doing today? Is it snowing where you are, Nikki? I see you posted some snowflakes. It is getting ready to maybe snow here. I'm not really sure. We're supposed to get a little bit of wintry weather. So we'll see. My daughter works at Target, and she has to work today, and she's 18, and I didn't want her to have to drive home in the ice tonight. So I dropped her off and had to go live a little later than I normally do so I could get her up there. Okay, well, this just does not want to come off. My goodness, I'm going to have to get my little weeding tool and see if I can get it off that way. So anyway, we are supposed to get some wintry weather. And where I live, we brace for wintry weather. We go get milk and eggs and bread, and we make stew, and we hunker down, and we don't go anywhere because we live in Virginia, and winter weather is like a treat for us. So that's what we do. Hey, Anna. Nikki, it is snowing there. Oh, Anna, you're from Farmville. You're not far from me. Waiting for the little snow. Yep. All right. I think I have y'all probably can't even see this, but there's a couple more little pieces. Okay, I think that's all the pieces. Hopefully I have picked all of my masking paper off. Okay, so we're going to make a tiered tray today. I have all my pieces in my Target bin. If you guys, if y'all know me, you know I love my Target bins. I wish I had a whole bunch more of these. So Target, if you are watching, which I know you're not, please get your bins back in on the dollar aisle because I need more bins. Okay, hey Rachel, how are you? Okay, so this tiered tray is really fun. It has got, let me show you all the pieces. I stuck these on here. I told y'all about my glue dot thing the other day, where when I stage my my stuff for pictures, to take pictures of blanks, I use glue dots to make it all stick to everything because I'm not going to glue it until I paint it, obviously. So I have glue dots on some of this stuff that I'm having to pick off. All right, so I don't want to lose my bicycle pieces. I'm very excited about this bicycle. So let me get this out. My frame. And now my tulip broke, but we are okay with that because we're just going to glue it to the backer anyway. And then this little piece. And then we've got, I don't want to lose my flowers. Let me get all my little flowers out. Those go on the bicycle. And I don't think I'm going to use the stems to the flowers. And then these are just some extra tulips that I have. Okay, we'll get rid of this. Get this out the way. Okay, so if you guys have not watched my other videos this week, then you may not know about our clubhouse opening. I have a membership group called SVG Clubhouse. As you know, SVG files are the files that we all use with our lasers, right? So we have a private club that is opening on Tuesday. Tuesday is February 1st, and we are opening to new members. We only open 4 times a year, and so we get real excited when we open, and we offer bonus files, and we do all kinds of fun things, and I go live a whole lot to show you guys all the fun stuff because I don't want you to miss out. So we are going to be open next week, and we're having a bunch of bonus files. So if you want to join, if you're on the waiting list or you want to get on the waiting list, go to the link in this video description and get on my waiting list. You can also text me at this number scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I will send a text message out first thing Tuesday morning saying, hey guys, the doors are open. I also text y'all on that line to let y'all know that I'm going to go live when I get ready to do my videos. So we are opening on Tuesday, and we really hope that you guys will join us. We have a whole bunch of people that have signed up for the waiting list. And if you don't know what SVG Clubhouse is, this is all the, let me explain all the stuff that you get when you join our club. You, as a member, you get 4 files every month. So this month's files are all spring themed because, as you know, when you are in a craft business, you have to be ahead of the game and like get all your projects done ahead of time. So even though it's January, we're already on spring. We did Valentine's Day for, spring for February files. For the January files, we did Valentine's Day. So we already have done that holiday, and we're moving on to spring. So you get 4 files every month. The 4 files are always a door hanger, a tier tray, a shaker file. Comment if you don't know what shakers are, and I'll be happy to explain it. I know some of y'all have seen me make shakers before, but they're like a fun 3D effect piece that just has like some sequins, some other fillers, some fun things that kind of move and do, you know, they sparkle and they're just fun. So anyway, that's a shaker file. And then the 4th thing is something different and fun, like a shelf sitter or a banner, or it could be an ornament. It could be like lots of different things, just some different things that we have made in the past. So you get four files per month. You get all the marketing photos for all projects, so you can use those to sell the products. I give you blank and finished photos. We do a virtual paint party each month, and so we do that in the group, and I paint one of the projects live. And the biggest perk of all is that you get 50% off all the files in my Etsy shop. So if you already purchased my files, then if you join, you get 50% off all the time. You get a coupon code that you can use anytime you want to get half off all my files. You can also get in there, and you might see that we have some files that were past files for months before you became a member. If you get in there and you see those files and you're like, oh, I wish I had joined back then, as a member, you are able to purchase past months files. So we have a private Facebook group that you can get in, and we have a membership portal, and the membership portal houses all our files and the pictures, and you can get in there and see what we did in past months, and you can go and look around and shop around and purchase the past files if that's what you're interested in. The name of my Etsy shop is Lulu Bean Designs. So okay, so we're going to get started painting this flower market sign here. Now, I have cut all of this out of proof grade draft board that came with my Glowforge. Okay, I ran out and I ordered a whole bunch more because they had a big sale, like 50% off. So I ordered a big pack. I love this stuff because it engraves so pretty. I want to paint this white, but as you can see, I've already engraved it. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't want to do the whole like paint, mask, engrave, take the masking off. I didn't want to do all that because I'm lazy. So what I'm doing instead is I'm just going to do a light coat with a sponge pouncer with some white chalk paint. And I really want this to look a little bit weathered anyway. So if some paint gets down in these letters, I'm cool with it. Now, if you don't like that, then you may want to do the whole paint, mask, engrave, thing. I'm making sure that I don't have a ton of paint on this sponge because I don't want to get a lot of paint down in these letters. We're going for kind of a vintage effect on this. I love the brown engrave on this draft board. It's so pretty. Okay, so for our club opening next week, guys, when we open on Tuesday, here's the deal. We are going to be offering bonus files all next week. And in order to get all 5 of our bonus files, you have to join on day 1. So if you're interested in joining, definitely join on Tuesday when we open, because then you get 5 more bonus files. So you get all of these February projects, And then in addition, you also get 5 bonus files. And I've shown y'all already like sneaky peeks of some of the bonus files. I do have one sitting right next to me that I'm going to show you today. That is a bonus file also for next week. So let me really quick show y'all that. This is, I had so much fun designing this. So this is a bunny shelf sitter, and it's got bunnies. It says spring, so it's got 6 bunnies. Sorry, the P is falling down. Like I said, to stage all these, I use glue dots, and I get, I just kind of temporarily attach things. So there's like, you can see on the overhead camera, there's several slots. There's a slot for the bunnies, and then there's 3 slots for the grass. And so the bunnies each have a letter, and then they also have their little tail on there, and everything fits together. This is all cut out of 1/8" wood, 1/8" birch. Okay, now when I make it next week, I'm actually not going to use those little tails that I cut out. I'm going to use these fun little pom-poms for their tails. So we'll be using those next week when we make that. I just thought that would be super cute. So I picked those up at Hobby Lobby. They are if anybody wants to get them, if you're in the club and you want to make these, this bag is the 3/4 inch, the 0.75 inch white pom-poms. And these are on the aisle with like the felt, and in my Hobby Lobby, there's felt and sequins on that aisle. So that's where those are. So we're going to be making that next week. Okay, so I have painted this. I think I've got most of the paint like I want it. Okay, so we're doing kind of this vintage effect. So as you can see, it's not completely covered. It's just sort of weathered looking. All right, so that's the look I'm going for on there. Makes painting really easy, right? Because you don't have to do multiple coats and all that and like stress yourself out over it. 1/8" birch, April. I get it off of Amazon. I don't have a link like right now. I do have some links on my website, but I think some of those need to be updated. So, okay, for this one, I'm actually not going to paint this little attachment. This little attachment says seeds, stems, and blooms. And that attaches right here. So I'll just, you know what, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to wait to put these together. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do each one just so I don't start losing pieces. Go ahead and put that one there. Let me make sure it's straight. I got to hold it up so I can see it. Okay, and then this is the little tulip. Now, like I said, my tulip broke. It only broke because I had everything piled in that bin together. So, but you're not going to be able to tell. Oh, you know what? I wanted to paint that first. Hold on. You know what I didn't do anyway? Wait, let me set that aside. I didn't peel the masking off this. Let me peel the masking off, and we're going to paint this little tulip first before we attach it. I get ahead of myself and I start chatting, and then I forget what I'm doing. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying not to get glue on my fingers. This glue is like super glue. You do not want to get it on your skin. All right, that's most of it. There we go. Okay. And let me take the masking off of this little piece. Let me know if y'all have any questions about the group. So I'm painting all these projects live, but then starting next Tuesday when we open the doors, I'm going to paint the bonus files live for y'all as well. So starting next Tuesday, February 1st, I'll go live each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, painting all 5 of the bonus files. Okie dokie. So let's get, I'm trying to match my paint pen and my acrylic paint, but I don't know if I'm going to pull that off. So let me see. This is Carousel Pink. I hope I have enough of this pink. Let me see. I'm going to need this for other pieces of this set. I need a little bitty paintbrush. Little bitty. I think I need to get some little bitty paintbrushes. I don't seem to have. I've kind of lost them over the years. Is this an angled? Yeah, this is angled. Okay, so we're going to paint this little teeny tulip. I'm going to paint it with paint instead of a paint pen because I do want my pinks to match, and I like this color. And then for my green, I have Hauser Light Green by Deco Art. I use mostly Deco Art paints when I paint wood projects. This green color has really good coverage, but that pink is probably going to need 2 coats. All right, let me let that dry and we'll start on another piece. Let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and get started on this one. So we've got our watering can. Our watering can stands up, y'all. It's got this little, I've already put it together, but it's like a little stand kind of thing that attaches, and you just glue it to the back of the watering can. So for the watering can, I'm going to use Sea Breeze, which is my favorite color. I love Sea Breeze. Oh, I love this color. We're also going to paint the bicycle this color. I love anything aqua. I secretly wish I had an antique car, like a convertible that was this color. I think it's so bright and cheerful. So y'all let me know, comment and let me know, are y'all getting any winter weather this weekend? And let me see. I said I was going to paint each piece, but I lied. We're not going to do that. We're going to hop around here for a minute while we let things dry. All right. Go ahead while I have this color out. This is the piece to our bicycle. So I have a little picture over here I'm looking at. All right, so I want to do a little bit of black on the seat and the handlebar. This would definitely be a good piece to paint with paint pen, but I do want these shades to match. I do have a blue paint pen that's a close match. If y'all have Posca markers, this one is, I always tell y'all it says pea green, but it's not green, it's aqua. That is a pretty good match to Sea Breeze. I finally resigned myself to the fact that I cannot go live without my glasses on anymore because I can't see my projects up close and still see like y'all's comments and what everybody's saying. No snow right now, too cold to snow in Southwest Michigan. Okay. You're going to have to tell me what that means because I've never lived up north. You're saying it's too cold to snow. What does that mean? Is that a thing up north? I do have friends from Michigan. My husband's been up there and gone ice fishing. One of my husband's old army buddies is from Michigan, and he's been up there. I'm not a fan of cold weather. I'm not a fan of hot and humid either necessarily. I do love spring and fall, of course. But I like one good snow. And we've had a snow this year already, but we haven't had like a really good snow necessarily. I wouldn't call it a good snow. Okay. And then we're going to paint some of these letters. Let's see. Let's do, while I have this color going. I'll paint that P. I don't know what other colors I'm going to use. I know I'm doing pink and maybe some white and yellow. At night, it's dropping below 0. Okay, so it says, I can't see your name. Whoever's making the comments about Michigan, if you have to click allow StreamYard to share your name so I can see who you are. All it says is Facebook user. Yep, once it gets down into the teens and below, it doesn't snow. That is interesting. I did not know that. All right, let's put this sign together. So we need to paint our frame. And I think I'm going to do the frame in black because we're going to need some black in some areas on here. And I always like to bring black in multiple areas. So let's do that. Black makes your project pop for sure. A little bit of black and white both in a project. So it's dropping down below 0. Oh my gosh, that is so cold. I can't imagine. Real feel here. Pennsylvania has been -20. Oh my goodness. It does not ever get that cold here. We might get down to the teens at the absolute coldest. I don't know where you click to allow StreamYard. It's supposed to pop up when you are watching the video. There should be something right there that says allow StreamYard to share your name. Maybe if you go out and come right back in. I'm sorry. I don't know why Facebook and StreamYard have this thing. It's only if you're watching from a group. If you're watching from my page, Lulu Bean Designs, like my page on Facebook, it doesn't ask you. Like I can see your name from there. But if you're in a Facebook group, because see, I'm streaming to 3 locations right now. I'm streaming to my page. I'm streaming to Glowforge File Sharers, which is my free group. And then I'm streaming to my SVG Clubhouse, which is my membership group. Okay, let's do our tires. So if you want to hop over and just watch from the page, that might be something you could do. And then you don't have to worry about it. Y'all tell me which group you're watching from, or if you're watching from the page. And if anybody knows where that little comment box pops up from StreamYard, maybe help this person out. Somebody had a question about Cricut. Let me see if I can go back up and see that. Bench. Perhaps this was covered already. I was on the phone with, oh, you're on the phone with Cricut, Kristen. Oh no. This is draft board. So MDF. Yeah, same thing. This is the proof grade draft board that comes with your Glowforge, and you can order it from them if you run out. They just happened to be having a sale when I needed it. It was like 50% off. So I ordered a bunch more because I had a credit with them anyway. But it engraves really, really nice. I did try to, I tried something today with the Flower Market sign before I was live. I tried to peel off the masking paper that comes on the draft board and paint white underneath it and then put it back down and engrave through it. And that does not work because once it's I can't talk today, y'all. Once it's peeled off of there, that masking paper does not go back on. It's not like sticky anymore at all. And I did use painter's tape and try to like get it to go back down, but yeah, it didn't work. So I said, I'm just going to do a little distressed effect on there instead. Um, Someone says they're watching from the clubhouse. Awesome. So is that the same person that is from Michigan that's watching from the clubhouse? And it won't let me see your name. You could just type your name on there if you want to, and then I'll know who you are. Comment and let me know who the mystery person is. It might be more than one person. I'm not sure. Okay, let's do, trying to get black on my blue. Let's do the handlebar and the seat. Oh, hey, Faye. Okay, now you're on my page. Okay, gotcha. More than one person, somebody said. So somebody's on there that's not from Michigan, obviously. That's another mystery person. This is the little foot pedal. Okay. What should we paint next? Let's go ahead and put our flower market sign together. So we'll keep all our pieces together for that. Oh, I love this little sign. So cute. Stay together. Stay lined up. I love that this proof grade stuff is not warped because I have a lot of issues with warped wood in my garage, probably because it's cold out there. But this, you know, my Glowforge is inside the house and my Thunder Laser is outside. So I keep my draft board in here with my Glowforge. No warping on that, which is really nice because even the 1/8 inch wood that I order, there are always some warped pieces. I'm doing a little bit of a second coat on this little flower. Okay. I want to do some polka dots on this water, excuse me, watering can. So I have some blue on my plate here, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to just create a little bit lighter shade of that same color. So let's do that. Mix a little white in here. I think we need a little bit more. Let me see if I can find a squirt bottle of white. I had some little bottles of white. I guess I used it all. Okay, let's see. Let's get another paintbrush so I don't have to dip that one back in. Because we still need that to be a little bit lighter. Not that much. All right, let me see. Yeah, that'll be cute. Okay, so little bitty sponge stick. When you bring your boards indoors, lay flat with weight on them and a sacrificial board on top for a couple of days so the wood can adjust. So Faye, that is a wonderful tip. But I have, this is 1/4 inch maple, and I trim it down into sheets that are 4 by 3. So they're pretty big boards. And I'm telling you, there is nothing that you can do that I've tried so far. I've done that to keep these boards from warping. I just have not had any luck putting heavy things. I've put cinder blocks on top of them. Nothing seems to really do it. Oh, these are cute. I'm just kind of twisting like a half a turn. I get quiet when I'm doing polka dots. A heat press. Well, I have a heat press, but I don't think I could do a quarter. Well, I couldn't do that big of a board in my heat press, obviously. If it was 1/8" wood, I could see maybe putting a small sheet of that in my heat press. That would probably work. Okay, so there's our little polka dots. Got to let those dry. Cute, cute, cute. I love those. What are we going to do next? Let me do, here, let's do our tulip. I keep saying I'm going to do the tulip, but then I have to put more paint on it. Did I do a second coat of pink? This little tiny tulip is requiring a lot of attention, isn't it? More than I thought it would. Do I have the Cricut one? Faye, I do have a Cricut Easy Press, but I also have a commercial heat press. I used to have a vinyl business. So before I got my laser, I sold vinyl cutout items. So I did tote bags and glasses, shirts. Ooh, that was a lot of work for not a lot of money. You can do really well with it, but it took a lot of time, especially those shirts, getting those shirts just right. But it was fun. It was fun while I did it. But yeah, lot of work to keep that running. I need some more Sea Breeze. Just do a quick second coat on there. All right, y'all comment and tell me if you think I should make the backer of this black or white. I still have to figure out what colors to use. I think I'm going to bring in some purple into this project. All right, so I have Lilac Meadow. Let's see how that does. I don't think I'm doing any more polka dots, so we can get rid of him. White for spring. Okay. Yeah, I have a hard time. I definitely need some black in here because of those black tires. So I wanted to bring that in with the frame. But I don't want too much black because you're right. It is a spring project. This is a pretty purple color. You're late, but you're here. Hey, Katie. Awesome. Glad you are here, girl. All right. How about this like bright green? Although I think it's going to need a coat of white underneath it. I'm thinking that it is. So let's do that. We could probably just do it with a paint pen. I could be doing some of this with paint pens. Make my life a little bit easier, right? Okay, we're gonna put green on top of that. And our little basket, that's gonna need to be white, our little flower basket. White paint pens always need 2 coats. At least these do. How about our little teeny flowers? All right, I'm going to see if this paint pen matches this pink. I really think it does. I think we're going to be able to get away with that. But you know what? We need white on there too. We're going to need a white base coat on those little tiny flowers. If you've not joined the SVG Clubhouse, open when the doors open and you will love it. Oh, thank you so much. We do have a lot of fun and we have a lot of really fun spring projects coming up. I thought my favorite was Christmas, but then I got in the spring groove and I'm having so much fun making spring projects. I have so many ideas. Okay, and let's do the back of this white. It's like a gigantic brush. I don't need a gigantic brush. I need like a medium brush. This probably is still a little bit too big. And I like white chalk paint for good coverage on draft board. All right. And our bicycle backer is going to need to be painted because some of it's going to show through. No, there is no limit to the number of people in the clubhouse. Right now we have a little over 800 people. And it's a wonderful community of crafters. So if you have a question about a file or about colors for your projects, anything like that, you can always pop in the Facebook group and ask, and everyone is super nice. There's no, it's a judgment-free zone. There's no judging. Everyone is very sweet and supportive. I feel like we have such a wonderful community of crafters in there. I do see some drama in some other groups sometimes, which makes me very sad. And it does become difficult when I get it, when, it's a group with 10,000 people in it, or, even more than that, that these things happen. But um, we don't have that issue. I probably don't need to paint this part because that's going to get covered up. But I did need to paint that, and I need to paint this wheel. Okay, we'll do a second coat on that. I'm going to do the base. I'm going to do it with a paint pen though, just because they're so tiny. These flowers. So the stems are included in the file. Like if you want to put the little tiny stems as a second layer. But I am actually not going to do that because I think it looks cute this way to have the flowers popping out. So like the flower petals are a different layer than the stems. So I'm going to paint these green, but I'm just doing a base coat of this white, and then we'll do the green on top. All right, let that dry. And we need to do, okay, so SPR, let's do this green so I can get an idea of what that's going to look like. We're going to do citron green, I think. I'll see how this looks. Let's see. Somebody says, I'm sorry, I can't see your name. How fun. I'm a newbie Glowforge owner. If you are new to the Glowforge or laser world, then yes, the clubhouse is a great place to get your foot in the door and get some project inspiration and ask any questions that you have. And I try to make the projects relatively simple so that you don't have a lot of complicated layers and lines, and everything is sized to fit Glowforge. And starting this month, I started something new. If you saw the door hanger I painted yesterday, I am making all my door hangers split with a puzzle piece so that they fit together and you have like a layered piece over top, so you can cut a full size 18 or bigger inch door hanger with your Glowforge, and you don't have to use the pass-through door. Everything fits together, and I think that is working really well. Okay, so let's do this one in pink and this one in the blue. I like that citron green color. I think that's going to be really cute. Deb, this material is proof grade, like MDF, the proof grade draft board that comes with, came with my Glowforge. So it's like 1/8 inch. I think it's a little thicker than 1/8 inch actually, because when I make the slots for the stand-up items, they work with both 1/8 inch wood and they work with this material, but they're definitely a little bit snugger with this material. You kind of have to get them in there really good. It's almost, I like it better actually using this material because they get in there nice and tight. You don't have to use any glue. So you can take them apart and store them. With the 1/8 inch wood, I usually use a little bit of glue to get them to stay in there. You are very welcome. And you guys can always watch videos in the replay. So if anybody came in late, you can always go back and watch at the end from the beginning. And that's with any of the videos. So if you are not able to watch the virtual paint party in the membership group and you want to go back, you can watch it anytime. And I think a fun idea, you guys, is to invite some friends over and watch the video together and make the project with them. Like cut your materials out and invite your friends over, make some yummy food, or you cut the wood out and they bring the food. I think that's a great deal. I would like that. If somebody offered me a paint night and all I had to do was bring an appetizer, I think that would be wonderful. Doesn't that sound fun? All right, let's paint another coat on this little flower basket here. I am actually planning on doing that with my mom and my sister. They love to craft, and we're going to do a door hanger night. We just have to figure out what designs we want to do. And we're going to get together and paint. I used to do card classes with them. So when I did scrapbooking, I would make kits to make cards, and we would get together and we'd each make like 3 cards. Oh, my camera just went out. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I'm hoping that this camera holds out because it does say low power again, and I don't know why. I think I have a bum charger. I think my charger that I keep plugging this into is maybe not charging it like it should. All right, let's turn that mic off. I have paint on my fingers. All right. Turn it this way so it flips. There we go. Hang on, we'll be back in business in a minute. We never can figure out why this happens. It just does. All right, now I feel like I'm on a time crunch because I got to get this done before my camera dies on overhead, right? If it does, it's not a big deal. I can still show y'all what I'm doing. You will still get to see what's happening. All right, so these are, like I said before, this is one piece, but mine just broke because I threw a bunch of stuff in a bucket and in a bin, and it broke. So I was a little too rough with it. That's our flower market sign. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, let's see. Let's get our little flowers painted here. Where's that pink paint pen I had? Here it is. I think I'm going to do 2 of these bright pink and maybe 2 a lighter pink. I hope I'm picking the right 2. I think I am. I'm looking at my little picture over here for backup. Your friend has started that monthly I make the kits and we all get together. That is so fun. That's awesome. So this is a really pale pink. I hope it's not too pale. I think it'll look cute when it's all together. We'll see. And we'll do black in the middle. Okay, I know that's far away from the camera. It's hard for y'all to see, but that's those are our little flowers that go in the flower basket. Deb, you can join the membership group by clicking the link in the video description or going to svgclubhouse.com, and you can get on the waiting list. And definitely get on the waiting list because you don't want to forget on Tuesday to join and miss out on getting all the bonus projects. Now, the way the bonus projects work, guys, are on Tuesday when we open, you'll get 5 bonus projects if you join that day. If you join the next day, it goes down to 4. Like we drop a project each day. And by the end of the week, by Sunday, there are no projects left. So it's like you start with 5 and then 4 and then 3. You know how that works, obviously. And we go down to where you can still join Sunday, but there's no bonus projects. Now, that being said, if you get in the group and you really wanted a bonus project, the following month, so this would be March 1st, I do put the bonus projects as an option to purchase in the group. So it's not like you can't get them, but you would have to purchase them as a set. I put like a set of the bonus projects in there. All right, we're doing the bottom of this flower, the leaves, in the Lighthouser green. I wish all the colors had this coverage, y'all. This color just, it goes on nice and thick. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Do I need this color again for anything? Yes, I do. For these little petals, but I need a tinier paintbrush. You are very welcome. Absolutely. And we've done white on here so that this green really didn't actually need a white underneath it because it's got such good coverage, but it never hurts to put white under something, you know? All right. Let's do this base in black. And I'm making, most of these flowers are pink. We're going with a pink theme. I probably should have put white underneath this pink too, but we'll just do 2 coats. And does anything else need, I think this is going to need a second coat of white. I'm trying to think, do we need a second coat of anything else, or do we need to start doing a little bit of accents and putting things together? So if you guys are watching me, you guys who are members of SVG Clubhouse, I know you saw me post a while back that I was looking into t-shirts. I am still looking into t-shirts for our clubhouse. If anybody knows a good source for that, please comment and let me know, because I have not nailed anyone down for that. Definitely. I don't want the vinyl though. I don't want to do like, vinyl on shirts. I want to do the whatever else it's called. Silk, is it silk screen? Screen print, I think. Let me just do a little bit more white on these wheels, the background of these wheels, so they'll pop. I'm so afraid my camera's going to die overhead that I'm like, fast painting. Fast painting, fast painting. I've got my other camera over there. I should have switched. I've got this one doing the time lapse. I should have switched them because that one is fine. Oh, I'm not going to paint these today, y'all. These are the fillers. Okay, so you'll see these in the file, a bunch of little tulips. What these are for is I usually, well, I don't say usually, as of, I think I started doing this in October maybe, or might have been November. I started giving y'all fillers with every tiered tray. This is what they're for. Let me show y'all real quick. I've got a couple sitting over here I can show you. So these are some acorns and leaves we did with a set. This is the Target gumball machine. Okay, if you guys are Target dollar aisle like followers, stalkers, if you follow the their pages on Instagram. These are their glass ceramic gumball machine. Well, no, I think they're all glass gumball machines. I painted this one. This one was black. I did a distressed blue paint on it with like a little chalk paint on top. And we filled them up with fun things and we put them on our tiered trays. Now, you don't have to get the Target one. They sell these at like versions of these at different places. I've seen people find different ones. I think Hobby Lobby had some recently. This was a Halloween trick or treat one that we did. So that's super fun. And that one came black. I didn't have to paint that one. So that's what the fillers are for. Just if you have any kind of vessel that you want to fill, like a mason jar or a vase or something like that. Oh, thank you, Katie, for the t-shirt vendor. I'm going to have to check that out. The glue, Allison, is called Stick Fast Thick. You can get it on Amazon. I've got white paint on here for some reason. All right, so let's get started putting things together and doing like a few little accents. I am going to take, where's my dry brush? Here we go. No, that one's all messed up. No, that's too big. Okay. I am looking for this one will do. This one's not messed up. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this chip brush. Okay. I bought a pack of these at Hobby Lobby and I'm getting a little bit of white paint on my chip brush. And I'm daubing most of it off on a paper towel. And then I think I might have got too much off of it. There we go. I'm kind of distressing some of these pieces. Just giving them a little whitewashed effect. It's going to be hard to see on camera, but that's basically the gist of it. Okay. And let's see. I don't want pink. Do not want pink in my white. I need to get some more like white that is in a little squirt bottle. All right, I'm just distressing the flowers on here. Okay, what else do I need to distress? That's probably it, just those flowers. And I'm going to take my black paint pen. It's right here. And I'm going to do some highlights on these polka dots. And then I'm going to also kind of and then white on top of that, just to make them, kind of want that to dry first though. Hold on. Darker colors than yesterday. I can't see who you are. It just says Facebook user. Whoever just said darker colors than yesterday. These are a little bit brighter than yesterday. Yesterday was definitely more pastels. So I'm kind of overlapping the white. And my highlight so I can have some white and black. Okay, so there's that, just so it has like a little bit, it gives it a little something, something. And actually, like I always say, y'all, these colors are not showing up on here like they are in person. They're a lot lighter on camera than they are in person. I feel like I want some. I want some dots somewhere, but I haven't figured out where to put my dots. I need that black to dry. Oh, Bonnie says, I love when you go live when you're crafting. Makes me think I'm not crafting alone. That's so sweet. I wish we could really be all crafting together. That would be fun. Okay, so that little accents on our flower just to make it pop. There we go. And let's do some black in the middle of these little bitty flowers. There is a little score circle on there. Y'all probably can't see it on camera, but I did score a little center on there for y'all. These wheels are going to need some accents. This is where we can do some dots. I'm going to do squiggles and then dot, 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 squiggle, dot, dot, dot. I like dots and squiggles. There we go. Dots and squiggles. If you've never done dots and squiggles, they're super fun. What else? Maybe like a little tiny bit on this little tiny tulip. Yes, Zoom crafting, Bonnie. That sounds lovely. I'm using my fine point pastas for this little tiny flower. Just to give him some little accents. Maybe, yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Let's put things together. How about that, y'all? Okay, so we've got our watering can, and that is going to be attached like that. So, and I have not peeled the masking off, but I'm not going to deal with that right now because my masking is giving me a fit. It's really stuck on there, and I'm not selling this. I am putting this on my table, so no one is going to know. It's like that TikTok. No one's going to know. Do y'all watch that? They're going to know. No one's going to know. No one's going to know that I did not peel the masking off because it's just for me. Okay, so that little guy stands up. Cute, cute, cute. This one goes in our little stand. So like I said, this is a snug fit if you are using draft board. If you are using 1/8 inch, it's a little bit looser, but it fits in there really nicely either way for either one of those materials. So there's that flower. And we've got our flower market sign done. And let's do our spring sign. Haven't peeled the back off of that either. It will be all right. Every little thing's going to be all right today, y'all. Where's my G? Did I paint my G? Do y'all see my G? Am I losing my mind? I painted, oh, it's right here. It's by the bike. It's the same color as the bike. It was blending in. Oh, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, there's our little spring sign. I do like the white background. Whoever suggested white, thank you for that. And let's do our bike. I love our bike. This is my favorite piece, y'all. I don't know why I love anything with bicycle on it, because I don't ride a bicycle very well. I mean, I can ride a bicycle, but I'm not going to ride one on the road. That's for sure. You do not want that to happen. It would not be pretty. I'd be falling over. I would probably be a danger to the vehicles on the road. I'll ride in a park on a trail. This one goes there. All right, now there is a little piece in the file that you're going to be like, what is this? I probably have it in my little bucket over here. The little piece of the wheel that goes right there. Okay. That is in the file. So if you cut that out and you're like, what is this piece? It's the part of the wheel. I don't have it on the table in front of me, so I'm not worried about it right now, but I'll try to find it before I take a picture of this for y'all. That's so cute. I love it. Now, this is on a white background, but I think it's going to be okay, even though the basket is white. I think because the wood is black on the sides, or brown or whatever, on the sides, it still pops. So it's going to be all right. All right, let me figure out which way these go. Like that. It goes that way. Oop, that's a lot of glue. You do not want a lot of glue when you're using Stick Fast. No, you do not. Okay. Ta-da! Our bike is done. All right, the glue's not dry, and I haven't cleaned up any of my edges, y'all. And y'all know my trick I showed you yesterday for cleaning up edges. A black brush tip Sharpie. Clean up your edges. Okay? But I haven't done that yet. How cute. I'm like, this, everything's back is kind of backwards to me. So I don't mean to like tilt it the wrong way. Can y'all see that? How cute is that bike? Oh my gracious. That bike is so cute, y'all. I love it. All right, so here's our set. Look in the overhead camera if it doesn't die on me here right when I need it most. All right, and then you can see, I'll lay these down, but basically this is what this looks like, and this is what this one looks like. Can y'all see that here? Let me just take them out of the stands. Let me take that one out, and then this one I'll just hold like that. Okay, so that is the completed set. How cute is that? I love how it turned out. Yes, I love the bike too. Your mother, April, says her mom has a love-hate with this glue. I have a love-hate with this glue too. I tell your mother I can completely relate. Stick Fast, we have a complicated relationship. Get back in there. There we go. You thought of the TikTok when I said it too? Yeah, that did make me think of the TikTok. That is so funny. How would they know? They're never going to know. They're not going to know. They'll know. Okay, y'all, that is it. That is our little, I don't know why I'm turning those around. Y'all can't see those in front of me. Our little project for today. I will get it photographed so you guys can see it all put together, like on a tiered tray. I'm not the best at staging tiered trays. I mean, I'm just going to tell y'all, I do the best I can. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll stage a tiered tray with this on there. Okay, awesome. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Make sure and tune in on Monday. I try to go live at 1, but things happen. Life happens. My kids happen. You know how it goes. I try to aim for 1. Sometimes it's 2. You know, I do the best I can. But we have one more project. What project have I not done yet? The shaker. Okay, let me pull the shaker up really quick so y'all can see what we're going to be painting on Monday. Let's see. I have a picture on here of it that I popped up yesterday. It's on here somewhere. There it is. Okay. This is the shaker that we're going to make I keep saying tomorrow, Monday. So if you've never made a shaker, the umbrella and the tulip are going to be filled with some fun filler things, some little sequins, glittery type of things. And then we cover them, like we put a layer of either acetate or acrylic on top of them, and then a final like frame so that they look finished. And they, you know, you can pick up the sign and shake it and just, you know, it's a cute little shelf sitter item. It's a cute little home decor item. It just looks cute sitting around, you know, on your shelf with the little sparkly things inside of it. Just really fun. I love anything that sparkles. So shaker files are my jam. And I hope you guys love them as much as I do. Okay, look, the overhead camera just went out. That's perfect timing. Oh my goodness. How perfect is that? Oh, I'm glad that you're excited, Faye. Yeah, we're going to make a shaker together. It's going to be super fun. Katie says she's addicted to shakers. Me too. Okay, so I will see you guys on Monday to make the shaker. And if you're not on the waiting list, click the link in the video description or go to svgclubhouse.com and get on the waiting list to get notified. I will see y'all soon. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. Thank you.